Extraterrestrial, like a extraterrestrial, extraterrestrial.
Doctor?
Like I don't belong, I feel like I don't belong. Like I don't belong, I feel like I don't belong. Extraterrestrial, 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 extraterrestrial. Like I don't belong, I feel like I don't belong. Like I don't belong, I feel like I don't belong. Extraterrestrial, 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 extraterrestrial. Like a extraterrestrial, extraterrestrial. Like I don't belong, I feel like I don't belong. Like I don't belong, I feel like I don't belong. Extraterrestrial, 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 extraterrestrial. Like I don't belong, I feel like I don't belong. Like I don't belong, I feel like I don't belong. Extraterrestrial, 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 extraterrestrial. Like a extraterrestrial, extraterrestrial.
Doctor?
Like I don't belong, I feel like I don't belong. Like I don't belong, I feel like I don't belong. Extraterrestrial, 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 extraterrestrial. Like I don't belong, I feel like I don't belong. Like I don't belong, I feel like I don't belong. Extraterrestrial, 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 extraterrestrial.
So, dealing with parasites. What are the parasites in this space? I'm just talking about people who are just idiot, well, who fits that definition. In this case, in this space, and also Clubhouse as well, I'm pulling away from fan base. I have not been on there in months. But when it comes to, how can I say this? Look, let me start with Clubhouse, because this parasite, this time can go for a multitude of descriptions. This week, I decided to visit Rome Clubhouse because I was actually doing the work, and you know how notifications pop up and you accidentally click it and it puts you in a room, which it does to me at least maybe 5 or 6 times a week. I just so happened two people, one that I'm following, one other person I'm aware of. It's just whatever. I guess these two decided to get together. Now, this guy has a prestige, clean image about him, which is cool. That's perfectly fine. I've seen this before. No big deal to me. And it's like, all right, he ain't bothering me. So y'all have fun with that. Now, his clean image got tainted over this week because it exposed a lot of secrets that he tried to cover up. See, it's like you're a cheap person, but you try to cover your cheapness and your bullshit with expensive clothes, thinking that it's going to hide all your flaws. No, no, no. That's just like you putting on deodorant, not taking a bath. The funk is eventually going to come out. So with this individual, it came out that he is clean on the outside, but behind closed doors, he's not what the image gives off. He was playing, he was pretending he was a good actor. Well, good enough actor to fool them. And I was like, here we go. And so much so, he did something that I don't condone at all. He decided to reveal, expose text messages to show that this girl is lying or whatever the case may be. Some people side with him, some people didn't side with him. Here's my take on that. I would never expose text messages. I'm not exposing any DMs. I'm not doing none of that. You say something about me, cool. That's that's what they said. All right, bet. Cool. It is what it is. All right, that's what they said. That's what they said. I'm never revealing text messages just because I'm looking down on you if that happens. Now, what is the exception for that rule? Defamation of character. If what you're saying is not affecting what's going on in my personal life, I'm never going that route. Because even then, I probably won't even do it that way. If I'm gonna expose it, I'm gonna expose it in court because I'm taking you to court because you really screwed up my personal life with your lies, and I'm gonna make sure you financially pay for it. But nobody cares that you and a girl stay in the same city or same state that y'all didn't meet each other. Nobody cares that you're throwing subliminals to, oh shit. I'm sorry, excuse my language. Start again. All right, ladies and gentlemen, my apologies. We are now simulcast through YouTube, Instagram, and Clubhouse. My apologies to the Clubhouse rooms. I completely forgot about you guys. That was an accident. All right, let me start from the beginning. On the Clubhouse, there was a situation where somebody got called out, and it causes somebody to expose some messages. Here at the me, I don't do that. I don't look highly on anybody that want to put their dirty laundry out on the streets like that. Like I said, unless we're talking about defamation of character, then I understand. But even then, I still wouldn't do it. But I will just take you to court and do it there instead. So now it's on records. So now publicly, anybody can go pull it up and be like, oh, okay, Christopher J is right. It took him months to be seen as right, but at least he did it right. Like I said, defamation of character is the only time I would understand it. But you're revealing messages like nobody cares. All you had to do was sit there and be quiet. You don't have to respond to any of this. Like, if somebody says, Christopher J did this, Christopher J did that, Christopher J was with her, them, all this other stuff, I'm like, okay, cool. It's like, all right, if that's what you said, that's what you say. Now, please make it an entertaining story if you're going to try to look for attention. That's how you handle that situation. So now this brother's clean image is being disintegrated right before everybody's very eyes. See, when I see stuff like this, can I see through people? Yes, I can. More times than not, whether Chris is going to verbalize it or not, he can see right through you. More times than not. I promise you I can. Now, you can go my personal experience. No, like my personal experience is what determines my gifts of how I deal with certain people, whether they fake or not. I just acknowledge it. I take mental note, acknowledge it, and just keep moving. I don't have to interact with you. I don't have to talk to you. I don't have to. None of that. I just deal with you accordingly. Put you in a box. Don't rock with this person. Pile. That's how you handle those situations. Now that was on the Clubhouse, and that happened recently, like this week when that happened. Matter of fact, I think it concluded, I will hope so, yesterday. So that happened with those two individuals. Somebody that looks like he's an upstanding guy, wears suits, always saying the right things to please the ladies, and it comes to find out you're just like everything you preach against. Now, as I say that, let's transition to YouTube. There has um, there has been a individual, according to the YouTube street, that is somewhat doing the exact same thing. But on this account, I'm more so not talking particularly to that individual. I'm talking about to the people that is responding to them, because we've been through this before with the yeah, Cynthia G, but regarding another content creator, Priscilla, on how to handle that situation. And speaking of Cynthia G, you guys probably want to stay at the end of the show because I got something for y'all that's might not sit well with y'all, but you guys are gonna understand because I'm giving you guys a week to prepare. I said it real simple. It's easy. Just don't look. Don't pay attention. Don't give it no credence. I want you guys to go back. I don't know. I don't remember what Simpsons episode this was. I just know it was a House of Horrors when all these statues came to life. You know how I'll be a cartoon. Do you know how you defeat it? Just don't look. Don't pay it no mind. Don't pay it no attention. A lot of I can't even say creators. Excuse me. A lot of commenters, contributors in the space. The reason why they're getting a lot of validity, and you can throw creators as well. The reason why they're getting a lot of validity is because you're giving them the attention that they're looking for. Good, bad, or whatever. You are keeping them alive. Simple like that. How easy it will be to destroy somebody's momentum if you just don't give them the eyes that they're looking for. And realistic vibe is in my IG. Hey, sweetheart, how you doing? I ain't gonna see you. So, let's go back to how we're gonna do this. Ignoring. It's real simple. Just ignore the problem. Don't give it no mind. Or if you want to address it, quickly address it and get out of there. Or be subliminal about it and get out of there. Because the name of the person is not that important. It's more so what they're doing have a long-lasting effect versus the name. So addressing and keep it moving. Ignore. Verb. Simple. To refrain from, noticing, or recognize. To ignore something remarks. Pretty much, to is a verb. To refrain from noticing or recognizing. If you don't give it the validation it's looking for, it will go away. Majority of the times, it's not going to go away. If it stays around, that's something a little bit more quote unquote cancerous, and that requires something a little bit more detailed. But if you just not acknowledge the problem or acknowledge the person, which is what a lot of people is doing, this will cease to exist. You learned that from Cynthia G. Excuse me, I taught you guys that with Cynthia G. I taught you guys that with Queen Maker. Now, individuals on Clubhouse and YouTube is doing something similar, and you guys are still falling for the same trick. How stupid can some of y'all be? Not most, not all, just some. Ideologies is the same as last week. Christian, child of God, believer, God the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Nothing's going to change. Thought process. The currency of one's attraction is attention. We can agree on that. Anyone can spew rhetoric you want, but are they fueled by the validation of the masses? You can, if there's it's just like starting a business. You got to find the market, find your audience, find out what they want, cater to it, and push it in. But you are then validated by what they're saying, especially if it grows in numbers. So you're going to keep going. Red Lipstick said on IG, don't get in no energy. You are absolutely right, sweetheart. Amen to that. Let's continue. To launch a counterattack against the adversary, you must not give it the recognition that it is yearning for. Once you deprive them of that one thing they are craving, they will either lose power or cease to exist. The problems that you guys are engaging in, you are the reason why they're still alive. You're the reason why they are still here. You're the reason why they're going to continue to grow. Because you took a flashlight and just turned up the brightness on them, and now everybody can see this foolishness. And now when people see, like, I'm minding my business, I'm a busy man, although it doesn't look like it, very busy man. I work 15 to 16 hours a day. I'm taking a break from school. I'm going back on July 2nd because I take classes every other month. I do that. I'm constantly thinking up new show ideas for my Thursday shows. I am preparing for the next 5 months, the remainder of the year. I got to make sure everything's executed. And every now and then I have you guys playing in the background. I may have Clubhouse on my if I'm not on the phone with my friend all day, which which um which is a daily thing. Like, her and I literally talk all day about stuff similar to this and things that are far deeper than panel stuff. I got iPad. I got you guys on my iPad. I got Clubhouse playing in the background just to keep me occupied. But when you guys highlight individuals, it's like what they're saying I heard before. And if I have to be quite honest, I heard this from far better people. So their act is not the same. If anything, it's a copy and paste. You know how I know it's copy and paste? Because you're literally reciting word for word what the last person said. And the person before them. And the person before them. If you're going, I'm not saying not to learn something new. Lord knows I do. You don't hear me verbalize it until I can convert it into my own language. And when I convert it to my own language, that means I have an in-depth understanding of what I'm talking about. So that way, when I engage conversations, you can ask me a question and I'm gonna know the answer about said topic that I'm well versed in, versus creating dead air time. Don't get me wrong. I don't approve of adults saying I don't know, but if you really don't know, I understand you don't know. But to speak out so boldly, so arrogantly about topics because you're pulling on the strings of a particular audience to get the attention that you're yearning for, to get the support, the results that you're yearning for. When somebody comes and gives you pushback, you're stuck. Or if you're stuck, you then answer the question by not answering the question, by going around the question until you can think of an answer. Excuse me. I've seen this. I've been on this side of YouTube for 2+ years. Clubhouse has been a lot longer. A lot longer. When did I go? When did I join Clubhouse? September. Although this is technically a newer page on my Clubhouse because I left and came back. I've been on Clubhouse since September 2001, and I believe they would label that as season 2 of Clubhouse. So this is not new to me at all. So with that light, that you guys continue to shine on parasites that need no type of acknowledgement, the principle is real simple. Never brighten the spotlight on your enemies. Never brighten the spotlight on your enemies. The value system is real simple, for you will give the validation to the motives. Never brighten the spotlight on your enemies, for you will give them validation to the motives. You will give validation to the motives, That is the honest To God truth, man. You know me. Let me type this out. I know I should have been at this typed up, but y'all know build as we fly it. But yeah, the reason why you don't brighten spotlights on the enemy, because let's say they do have some type of light, it's up to them how they decide to keep it on or not. You, as somebody who may be fighting for the greater good or whatever stance you want to take, why would you then point it out and say, "Look what this fool over here is saying," and now with you doing that, everybody's going to turn around. They're going to look and they're going to feed into them, and you could give it the energy it wants, or you might be actually losing some of your audience members because they was looking for that one person to listen to, whether that person, what that person saying is right or wrong. You acknowledged it, and now they got the attention they was craving. They got some of your attention, and now the relevancy, you spot them at I want to say maybe 10 days. You spot them 10 days of battery life in these spaces. Would it be here, Clubhouse or Fanpage? You could throw them in there, and I forget what X is called. Might be spaces, but yeah. If you know what they're saying is counterproductive, ignore them. They will either remain in their small pond or they will drown. Stop shining that one good light that you have on things that doesn't need to be paid attention. Now, like I said, you want to highlight something that that person is saying. Do you have to address them? I don't. You guys can go back to, I think this is my fourth Thursday morning show. All of my morning shows has been inspired from somewhere. I do not mention their names because the individual is not that important. What they said or did is of importance. So one thing I think we should do is highlight that. I don't highlight them because once you highlight them, you give them the superpowers. Because truth be told, there's a strong possibility they don't believe a damn thing they're saying. They just know it gets a reaction out of people, and that's all that matters. I know, I know these people are not doing that to you guys who are watching because I know you guys. If you guys are anything like me, you guys are not fooled by this goofiness. Let the other, let them other people handle that. We don't shine spotlights on parasites. Never burn the spotlight on your enemies, for you will give validation to their motives. There's a lot of people who is craving for my attention. I don't give it to them. Now, well, yeah, no, that's it. I just don't give it to them. Now, if I so happen to have a slip up, Lord forgive me if I do. But most times, no, I don't. I don't pay attention. Matter of fact, like I said, you guys, I got you guys on iPad. I got Clubhouse on YouTube, and I'm busy doing other things. A lot of if I give you my attention, that means you have earned some level of respect, or you need to be treated as a threat. That's a dangerous place to be in because you're never going to fully know what's on my mind. If I give you attention, I either respect you or I treat you as a threat. If I treat you as a threat, you will no longer be a threat. You can take that how you guys want to take it. So, in closing for this, and we actually got out of here a little bit faster than I thought. So, in closing, to dealing with Parasite before we get to last call, never brighten the spotlight on your enemies, for you will give validation to their motives. Just don't look. Don't acknowledge them. Just keep it moving. They feel away when. See, I promise you I'm not trolling my enemies because I don't do the troll thing. But unless I'm really, in a, unless like I said, if I really respect you, I'm going to troll you out of fun and love. One thing that pisses off my enemies, I'll put that in air quotes, excuse me. One thing that really upsets them is when I can acknowledge what they're saying, but I don't acknowledge them. They hate it with the passion. And I know some people want to, and that empowers, kind of, I'm not gonna say it empowers them, it disrupts what they got going on and they don't know how to handle it. And all I gotta say is, hey, mission accomplished. Now, I implore you guys to go read 2 Peter chapter 2, all of it. 2 Peter chapter 2 will give you a great insight regarding this topic. 2 Peter chapter 2. And like I said, we will do get it off your chest later, so that way when we do come back on YouTube, we can have a discussion about it. I know, because I know a lot of people want to talk about the Young Thug thing. A lot of people want to talk about the worship. They want to talk about Jeezy, Jimmy divorcing. I totally get that and I understand that. I'll open up YouTube again and we can do that later. In this whole Parasite conversation, we'll, like I said, something happened on Clubhouse this week. That individual came out to be a parasite because that clean image he tried to uphold came crumbling down. The individual, not more so the individual on YouTube, but more so the people that are watching him and constantly commenting on him directly. If what they're doing is counterproductive to whatever your mission is, ignore them. Don't acknowledge them. That's how you get rid of problems in these spaces. All right.